Speaking of other Democrats, pizza outrage, Bill de Blasio, mayor of New York City, slamming Domino's for charging people in Times Square $30 for a pie on New Year's Eve, tweeting, quote, jacking up your prices on people trying to celebrate the holiday. Classy Domino's. To the thousands who came to Times Square to ring in 2020, I'm sorry this corporate chain exploited you. Stick it to them by patronizing one of our fantastic local pizzerias. So Domino's spokesperson responding to the mayor's tweet, telling Fox Business, quote, every store in New York is owned by a local resident, you idiot. Every employee, well, they didn't use the idiot part, but it's so obvious.
It's implicit.
Every employee is a local New York resident. Those stores provide jobs to thousands of his fellow citizens. With his comments, the mayor is suggesting that New Yorkers who own or work at a franchise are lesser than those who don't. By the way, I mean, when I order from Roma Pizza, which is on 3rd Avenue and 86th, it's fantastic. We love it. It is like $26 a pizza. It's not 30 isn't actually that crazy in New York.
Yeah, I mean, is there any kind of purchase in New York between a consenting buyer and a consenting seller that Bill de Blasio does not regard as exploitative? Right? I mean, that's part of the problem. This is how Bill de Blasio rolls. And I think Domino's was right to point out about the local ownership and so forth. Look, the amazing thing in New York is you can get a pizza at midnight in New York City. You know, there are a lot of cities in this country where you could offer to pay $200 and there'd be no place to sell you one.
Yeah, not only that, I mean, he shows what an idiot he is, that he doesn't know how. We all know that if you call Domino's and you just order a pizza, they charge you through the roof. The first thing you have to say is, what's your coupon?
Right.
What's your special? You do the $5.99 for a whole bunch of different things. Come on. I mean, get with it. Also, I think it's funny that he likes to talk about, you know, Domino's is giving you something and supposedly you're being exploited. He robs me every day. I mean, my tax bill is the biggest bill I have, more than mortgage, more than food, more than anything else. And talk about getting robbed. I have no idea what I'm getting for it. The city's a mess.
Right. Look, you would think that the priority for the mayor of New York would be to make the city attractive so that as many sellers come here to offer their services to New Yorkers. But again, I think he thinks that the basis of an economic exchange is exploitative, especially if there's a corporation involved, and that may explain why, you know, New York is struggling a bit.
Right, unless his wife is getting the money from the government. But he may be one of the many reasons, though, that New Yorkers are leaving the state. The mass exit of residents is becoming a problem. The Empire State losing more than 76,000 people in 2019, making it the 4th consecutive year of population loss, according to the think tank Empire Center. Bill, it's getting pretty serious. I mean, we have a lot of empty storefront all over the city. And even if you don't feel bad for the landlords, I see windows broken. I see people going into those abandoned spaces, causing problems, building. This is how it starts, right?
Yeah. Look, I think a lot of the numbers that the Empire Center was talking about were for the state, right, as a whole, losing people. But you're right about the city. It's, you know, when the mayor came in, he campaigned on the tale of two cities, that New York is okay for the haves, but not for the have-nots. What has he done? He's presided over a failure of the public schools. He hasn't improved any of them. So the people that need a public education most aren't getting it. You go to Penn Station, where I go every night, and you see the homeless people who aren't taken care of. This is what progressive government has come down to. It's such a failure, and it fails the people at the bottom most.
And statewide, like you said, you know, people are leaving New York. They're going to Texas. They're going to Florida. This is the same problem that they're seeing in California and in other liberal states, where you can only tax people so much before they say, you know what, I can't afford it. I can't do it anymore. I've got to go somewhere else.
I live over in New Jersey, Stan, where it's not much better.
Right.
And the conversation you hear all the time, and not hedge fund managers, but ordinary people, is I got a brother-in-law in Kansas. I have another one in Texas. They pay this in taxes, and people are asking themselves, is it really worth it to be struggling to pay these taxes and have your services cut back all the time? It's not like New York is really distinguished for good services. And look at the infrastructure. My God, they should be serving you coffee when you cross the George Washington Bridge for what they charge.
Coffee? I want a martini. All right, well, not as a passenger. Bill, thank you very much. Always
Thank you,
great.
Melissa.
Appreciate it.